I'm losing my mind.
Hello queens, welcome back. Please forgive my poor setup. I've been busy doing something else which you'll see soon, but today's video is going to be all about the Tati situation. But Tati Westbrook was manipulated by Jeffree Star and James Charles and Shane Dawson and the Jeffree situation, the James Charles situation, and the Shane situation. So if you followed me throughout these dramas when all of these were kicking off, you'll know how I feel about all of this happening. From the very beginning, I've had personal experiences with most of these people, and my personal experiences have just been that they are the most toxic people. All of them. Sorry to be that person. Like, I feel like everyone right now is trying to discuss whose side they should be on. And from my perspective, I'm like, that's what they're tricking you into doing. They're all trying to pitch people against each other, when in reality, they're all the most toxic people I could personally possibly imagine. So I thought in today's video, we'd go through the basics of what's happened. To be honest, I've been very busy trying to buy my first home, so please forgive me for not reading and seeing every single subtweet that's been happening and all of that. I've been very busy in my own world, but I have caught a gist of what's going on, and I have favorited my favorite comments that I did see on Tati's most recent video, which I thought I would share with you to sort of give context to the situation of how I feel about this, right? So basically, if you don't remember, Tati came out of the blue. She made friends with Jeffree, posted a video flying on a private jet with him. Lots of her long-term followers weren't happy. There were reports that she was deleting comments and blocking people. I believe she actually gave a statement about that at the time, which again was covered on my channel. Their friendship continued to grow, and in the background of all of Tati's videos will be Jeffree's products. They were obviously both benefiting greatly off each other. Tati got massive growth on her channel, and Jeffree obviously had a friend, because that's something that, from what we see, and in my opinion, he's struggled with over the past few years. Everyone that makes friends with him ends up running away from him, right? Literally nearly every single person publicly that we're aware of, right? I think a few weeks ago, one of his ex-friends came out and spoke against him. So at this point, I feel like it's kind of like common denominator, right? Like there's one thing in this situation that keeps causing a problem. And let me tell you, it's not every single individual person that happens to be bad, and then this one person just happens to be the victim through hundreds of friends, right? That end up crying and being forced into silence, etc. So basically that happened, blah, blah, blah. Then Tati Westbrook posted a video ripping James Charles to pieces. She basically destroyed his career. She sort of made out that it was done in goodwill, but everyone thought, in my opinion, most people thought it wasn't. A lot of people actually started to call Tati out on this when it happened. I believe including PewDiePie. I remember seeing a video from him at one point. People were saying, like, that's so emotionally manipulative. You're like nearly twice the age of this person, if not more than twice the age of this boy, right? And you're sat there literally ripping his career down and playing the victim whilst you're doing it. I was contacted by someone a long time ago that told me that Tati was working with a PR agency. Whenever she gets into trouble, apparently she works with this PR agency, and they get everything smoothed out for her in terms of what she's going to say, how she's going to say it, how to get the best response from people, knowing when to cry, knowing when to bring up a personal trauma to make people feel sorry for you so they accept the rest of it. It's all quite basic psychology, but most people just don't read into it that much. They're just like, oh, you said something to make me feel sad, therefore I'm going to forgive you. Do you know what I mean? That whole thing happened with James. James got his career like completely knocked down a few pegs, right? He lost like millions of subscribers. He was on front page mainstream news. It was a big deal. And it was unjust, right? The boy that they claimed James had sexually assaulted, I can't even remember who made that claim now, right? But they were just saying he was, you remember the drama, you can go and watch it. I've got videos on my channel. That boy came forwards and was like, no, never happened. I met James. We got off together. We didn't do anything else. That was the end of it. There was nothing forced. It wasn't a predator. And now all this time later, bloody Tati Westbrook's come forwards and she's playing the victim. Tati Westbrook playing the victim. She was the bloody one with the fire in her hands, right? She was the one, you know, coming after everybody. My personal experience of Tati Westbrook, me and her, has been dreadful from the very beginning. I've never had a pleasant encounter with Tati Westbrook. There are people I know in the cosmetics industry that have met Tati Westbrook and have not had pleasant encounters with her. So from this situation, to have her come on camera in a most recent video and basically, almost from what I took from this, she basically denied every liability from what happened and blamed every single one of her actions on Jeffree and Shane Dawson. She was like, oh, they were gaslighting me. Gaslighting is a very popular term with the young social media crowd that Tati's trying to appeal to right now, right? So for that to suddenly be used in this video just makes me think, right, so Tati was working on the statement not only with the PR firm and the lawyers, but they made sure that they had someone age appropriate that was aware of the language and the current trends. Do you know what I mean? Because there's a lot of awareness on the term gaslighting recently. So that popped up to me. I was like, ah, okay. Makes sense. And I just thought the whole thing was ridiculous, right? Like, the beauty community has become one of the most toxic places on the entire internet, right? And I say that being the founder and king of tea drama channels, right? I was the first one to do it in this way. I was the fastest one to grow in this way. And I was the first one to really say, you know what? This is going in a very bad direction, and I do not want my name to be stuck to this as it continues to grow, right? I'm gonna just do a hard swerve somewhere else. And I'm so happy I did. But you know what? People say drama's negative. At least drama's honest part of the time, most of the time. These influencers can't even tell the truth once. It's like they bounce from lie to lie to lie to lie. The truth doesn't even matter. The only thing that matters is manipulating the audience to continue making money and to continue growing. It's so ridiculous. And I think a lot of you have been here for long enough now to see the patterns in behaviour and to see who's really toxic. And can I just say, these people's propaganda agents spending 2 years talking about me making ringtones that were donated to charity. These people accusing James Charles of being a sexual predator and then saying, oh, I was gaslighted into it. Are you bloody kidding me? Listen, darling, you are old enough to know, oh, well, actually, this person has done something or they haven't done something, right? At Tati Westbrook's age, let's not play jokes here. She should know better than to hear one person say something in her ear and say, you know what? I'm going to go on YouTube to like 5 million plus subscribers and just chat shit about this person because one person spoke in my ear, 2 people spoke in my ear and said something negative. Absolutely ridiculous. I rebuke the entire video. I rebuke the entire thing. And I think the fact that she brought in some some topics that are very close to people's hearts as a way, in my opinion, to sort of manipulate people like, well, guys, you have to trust me because I'm going to tell you something that's almost really hurtful towards me that I wouldn't usually share, and that's me establishing trust. Like, people must be over this by now. I felt through the whole video like she was literally just reading something that someone else had written for her, just like every single other video that was very well constructed and very well put together, which goes hand in hand with the person that contacted me telling me that Tati works closely with the PR company because every time she's tried to do something by herself, which we've all seen, she's ended up putting herself into a ton of trouble, right? Like, let's not forget, I hope my microphone's not too loud, sorry. Let's not forget, what was it recently, Tati Westbrook's statement. Oh, immune strengthening supplement during the time of coronavirus. Like, that's fucking disgusting, Tati Westbrook. That is absolutely vile to be preying on people's fear of dying of coronavirus to push your fucking hair and face vitamin. What an absolute embarrassment to society. What an embarrassment to the beauty community. And I actually did a video about that for anyone wondering that wants a breakdown. I'm sorry for coming through with this energy. I usually really prefer to try and center myself and keep things positive. But at this point, the beauty community is on fire and it needs to be on fire, right? I hope you all start to burn out the toxicity that's there, because I honestly got sick of being a part of commentating and investigating the same negative things every day. At least in other industries, there are things to be celebrated. Whereas even now in beauty, the people that are being celebrated alongside the people, like Tati and Jeffree, that are getting ripped, my personal experiences with them have been dreadful. And in my honest opinion, the half of them are just complete social climbers. But the truth is, it's social climbers that achieve success on social media. It's not the honest, genuine people most of the time, especially not in beauty. You would have to be foolish to think people are coming into beauty with an honest personality and a good work ethic and a desire to help others. And that's how they reach 10 million subscribers. Listen, I've had enough years in this game to know that it's the complete opposite, right? You have to be completely out for yourself. And the only people in drama that came about shortly after me that are still posting videos are the ones that are like that. So I just think the whole thing is ridiculous. Let's burn through some comments, right? It's crazy to me that she legally can't say anything. Clearly she knows what Jeffree and his lawyers are capable of. So sad. What I find ridiculous here is that people are putting Jeffree and Tati as if they're sort of 2 different levels. Can someone explain to me in what way Tati isn't like that? I've had my videos demonetized by Tati. I think she's claimed monetization on at least one of my videos in the past to do with Halo Beauty, right? So literally just me just commenting on something, it looks like she's gone out of her way to claim monetization against one of my videos, despite me, right? And alongside that, let's not talk about the fact that her husband... Do you remember this drama? Okay, there was this whole blog on the internet, A Crystal Ball, did some deep research and pulled out that Tati Westbrook's husband apparently, allegedly, had been to court because apparently, allegedly, he'd scammed his own mother out of putting all of her estate and all of her wealth towards him instead of all of his other siblings on her deathbed. And then the siblings came after him, sued him, and won. And this was within the past 10 years, I believe, right? The same time Tati was with him. This is all public information. You can go and search for it. But obviously, this person then came forward and said, I received a legal letter. I was forced into silence by Tati Westbrook's lawyers. Do you know what I mean? So this whole thing of being a victim, and Tati Westbrook is not even just a grown-ass woman, right? We're talking like a mature woman at this point, right? She has some experience behind her. Coming on the internet and denying any liability, saying, well, Jeffree and Shane convinced me. Jeffree and Shane this, Jeffree and Shane that. Like, no, sweetie. You came on the internet and you made a tactical decision to rip down James Charles. That is my honest opinion, and I will continue to stand by it, right? I just think the whole thing is so stupid, so ridiculous. At this point, I hope everyone can see through this toxic circle of people, and I hope you just burn off the internet at some point, right? Because the things that these people get away with, the way that they treat people, the actions that they take and just somehow get away with, right? The privilege, the absolute privilege, right? Black Lives Matter, not to bloody Tati Westbrook, apparently. Where was she? Everyone DMing me, where's Tati? Where's Tati? Oh, well, she had a bloody chance to throw it into this video, didn't she? In the last few videos, she did a good PR after that. Who knows? Maybe all of her supporters are Trump supporters. She couldn't get away with supporting Black Lives. It would damage her profits. Who knows, you know? She spoke about keeping her warehouses wide open whilst COVID was killing people in the US, so who knows? Next comment, I feel like he definitely had something on, and that's why she's like, we need to forgive these people who he's gonna expose. Makes sense that Tati would come on camera saying, guys, we need to forgive the people that Jeffree's about to expose if it was her, right? It kind of makes sense, because why else would she be looking out for anyone else? I know she likes to do these little PR campaigns saying like, oh, like I was looking out for someone and I didn't even talk about it publicly, apart from right now when I'm doing it for good PR. So stupid. The beauty community is such a mess. Like, damn, all I want was to learn how to blend eyeshadow better. Sweetie. Oh my god, the name is Simi, okay. Hey, bitch. Oh my god, speaking of Simi, I don't have Simi, but I do have some new lipsticks coming very soon, so keep an eye out. Very excited. Hope you're all prepared. But okay, Simi, darling, I got you. I hope that's your real name, but if not, I hope it's from my videos. And if it's neither, I'm offended. Titties are not in space, titties 6 feet under. Yeah, at this point, if you're wanting to learn how to blend stuff, I would honestly just go and watch art videos about how to blend paint, because the beauty community is just full of the most toxic people. I can't even watch beauty videos anymore. Like, I'm so occupied doing other bigger things in life. I just find it so toxic. It was fun for a short period, right, to be involved with that, but it just got worse and worse to the point where I didn't want to surround myself with it every day. And I honestly felt bad exposing my own subscribers to it every day, because even if I explain it in a fun way, you're getting a fun perspective on something that's still quite dark and dire, right? Where realistically, I think everyone deserves to be surrounded by really inspiring, great people that can influence our life in a positive way instead of just providing melodramatic drama. Wait, I'm just trying to learn how to blend my eyeshadow, another one. Hey Leah, 1 year and we're all still confused. Yeah, exactly, from the James drama, because they're all playing games. Why is Tati being honest now? Why not honest straight before? And she's saying, well, Shane wanted to make a documentary and then I realised I was being framed and this is going to happen and that's going to happen. And it's just so ridiculous playing the victim in a situation when you are the bloodhound. You are the bloodhound in the situation. You gave Jeffree his fire. You were the one that empowered him as a person in the beauty community with millions of subscribers that continue to support him despite the fact everyone else from the major friendship groups had backed out, right? You took the opportunity to jump on the followers train at the expense of your own reputation, and now it's turned on you. You're desperately trying to grapple back an ounce of respect from the beauty community, and it's ridiculous. 37,000 comments, okay? The editing, the lighting, the pisha, the random spells of crying, and I still have no clue the point of this 40-minute video statement prepared by lawyers. Exactly. Ridiculous. Why did it take us so long to say the truth? Don't trust this woman. She a psycho. I wouldn't disagree with that. Why do I find it funny that she's wearing a peace t-shirt? Exactly, just trying way too hard, right? With the bloody, look at me, I'm so vulnerable, I'm going to open up about my personal life while simultaneously denying any liability for what I did and passing on the responsibility to Jeffree and Shane for manipulating and gaslighting me? How ridiculous. How absolutely ridiculous. I believe comments are being deleted. I can't confirm that, but I clicked on a comment saying this video is being monetized, doesn't sit right with me. And when I clicked on it, it said there was a problem with the server. So I did just want to share that now as well. Stop using Breonna Taylor's name to get likes, for the love of God. Yeah, you were nowhere to be seen when Black Lives Matter was talking, darling. You were peacefully silent on YouTube. So the moral of the story, the beauty community is the most draining and toxic platform on YouTube. I 100% wholeheartedly agree. Anyone that's managed to survive this long in this kind of climate has to really just be a complete cold-hearted social climber. I used to have faith, and I haven't watched any new channels, so please forgive me. I'm not speaking openly about everyone, but really, guys, most of the OGs that we used to speak about, my own personal experiences, absolutely dreadful, right? The Australian ones, the British, we don't really talk about British ones actually, but the US ones, bloody hell. Anyone in the LA area? No, right? Just no. The times I've spoken to James Charles personally, he didn't seem nasty or mean. The times I've semi communicated indirectly with Tati, very negative experience. I've actually met Jeffree as well. I've never spoken about that, I don't believe, but I walked past him at an event for cosmetics. But yeah, it was just okay, y'all, this is stupid. Was anyone else thinking about this? No. Is anyone telling the truth? No. Is anyone right? No. There's dirt on everyone's hands. There's not dirt on everyone's hands, Anna Ruse. There is blood on everyone's hands. Let's be honest here. This is ridiculous at this point. Fresh Egg said, she said, y'all gonna have to pray for me on this one. Next one. I can't believe she is now putting the blame and dragging other people. Exactly, because when this happened, like, listen, if one of your friends has an issue with another friend, do you go on your platform to your friends and chat shit about that person to solve the issue? No, because you're not a stupid inbred with 2 brain cells. You leave your friend that is more than capable of fighting with people because they have a long history of it to solve the issue with that person that they obviously don't like, or, you know, or drag them, whatever they want to do. You leave them to do that whole situation by themselves. You would not just act as this thing, and this whole thing about, oh, Tati's biggest competitor, James, went on to promote, okay, Sugar Care Pair doing a bloody vitamin pill that you chew on, Tati's bloody Halo Beauty $50 pink hair vitamins, completely different in scale of volume, in terms of profits, in terms of company size, in terms of everything. And personally speaking, I wouldn't trust Tati Westbrook Halo Beauty when I've looked at the records and we exposed the sort of things happening behind the scenes when it first launched. I do have playlists on my channel if you want to look at them. But there was this whole thing about a husband starting a company to trademark one of the ingredients so she could come on camera and say, oh, look at Ceramide RX, it's this bloody amazing ingredient and no one else, blah, 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 blah. And it's your own bloody husband's made up creation. It had a different name until you trademarked it. Of course, no one else is going to be using the same ingredient because you trademarked the name. It's so stupid. It's like, you know, paracetamol and Panadol. It's the same thing. If you're in the US, I'm sorry, I think you have Tylenol or something. I don't know what it is. Moral of the story, there is a humanitarian crisis in Yemen. Exactly. There are millions of people dying of starvation. But Tati Westbrook was manipulated by Jeffree Star and James Charles and Shane Dawson. And Shane said he was an empath and then he turned on me. Can y'all just stick to teaching people how to do makeup? Yeah, let's be honest, that ended a long time ago. Jessica, YouTube is not the safe space. Grow up, all of you. Yeah, agreed. Like, if you want a safe space, honestly, sorry to say this, but go to Pornhub, right? At least the comments are generally supportive. Like, YouTube is just like, ugh, not so good right now. Like, can I just say something honestly? Like, I've had a long period to spend by myself. To focus on things that really matter to me, to focus on building the core blocks of me as a human being and into a new, bigger, better, stronger, happier person, which I have done. And it's been a crazy journey, but I could not have done that if I was constantly surrounded by people like Jeffree, Tati, James, those sorts of stories, because it's so toxic. Pardon me, I just realised I forgot to shave. This is the first time I've looked at myself since starting this video, and I'm pretty much barefaced as well, so that's why I might look a bit rougher on the edges, but you're welcome. Okay, next comment. There is a whole lot of preaching in this video and you blame others. Glass house Tati, stop airing your laundry on YouTube. This is not how you work things out. This whole video just gave me a headache. Agreed. I listened to it on ×2 speed with the volume at 50%. Take that, bitch. Okay, that was the last comment I got because I was just scrolling through and the situation just pissed me off. Like, honestly, I'm tempted to start my own beauty channel, but we need to give it a different name. Can you come up with suggestions down below of what kind of niche we can call it? Because honestly, we need to reinvent beauty. I feel like I reinvented what this is now with tea and drama, and I'm happy to do it a second time, somewhere where we can actually do makeup and not have toxic friendship and fights happening every 5 seconds on the internet, right? Because honestly, I don't even want any internet friends at this point. I'm very happy to just have my very small friendship circle and my titty queens, okay? That's enough for me, and that should be enough for anyone. Honestly, these bitches are on a power trip thinking they're gods, right? They're untouchable. Like, the public are never going to catch on to what's happening, and it's sad that a lot of people won't, but if enough people catch on to what's happening, and speak up about it, then there will be enough of an audience to convince the general population that might not necessarily see it that there's actually something happening here that shouldn't be happening, right? And for all the times in the past, people have commented on my videos when I've been extremely empathic and I've got upset about other people's situations, saying, are you an INFJ personality type? I did the personality test and yes, I am. And I realised that's also the same personality type as Martin Luther King and Gandhi, which explains why I'm so bloody argumentative and forward thinking, but also very introverted and not always wanting to be in the spotlight. So congratulations, you were all correct. And that's actually very impressive because INFJs are 1% of the population. So the fact you could pick that out from watching YouTube videos of someone is very impressive. Congratulations. Anyway, a bitch is pissed off. You can tell I've not got Botox or anything like that, just for a check-in for anyone wondering. I've never done anything like that actually, but that's why I still have full movement and all of that. Honestly, the situation fucking just pisses me off. It just pisses me off that these toxic people step on everyone's foot, screw everyone over, but have the audacity to come on camera crying their eyes out, emotionally manipulating every single person watching. There are so many people that are on the internet trying to make a good impact, and I understand that's not the formula for success, right? Your formula for success needs to be engagement, drama, what people are really interested in, right? And that's how Tati survived, in my opinion, by latching onto people that are still socially relevant, okay? At the same time, I think you cross a line where it's just like, there was aspects at the beginning of some of these people's journeys that I actually related to, and aspects of their growth that I enjoyed. James Charles, for example, various other people. When I'm scrolling through my Snapchat and Nikki Tutorial's face pops up, I don't just skip through, I get a bad feeling in my chest, right? And that's me being brutally honest. And me and Nikki haven't even spoken for like 6 months or so. Last time we spoke was when she made this open-ended statement that someone had blackmailed her and people decided to blame me, completely unjust because I had no beef with Nikki. Why would I have Nikki's number and be texting her if I had beef with her? But she waited a good bloody 2 weeks to solve it, and in that 2-week period that I was getting dragged, something really significant in my life, I ended up getting screwed up because of it, right? And at the time, it completely broke my heart to pieces. But of course, nothing will happen from that because being an attention seeker is completely fine as long as you don't turn around to see the people that you're hurting as you go by, right? And I just feel like it's the same record on repeat. Like, look at me, I'm chasing drama, I'm being successful, I'm releasing a palette, I'm a victim of something. Piss off. You know, I want substance. This is a bloody McDonald's, okay? I want a fucking 6-course Michelin star meal when I come on the internet, and that's not what I'm getting from beauty right now. There are people that are genuinely talented in beauty. I actually find them more to be on Instagram because they don't tend to like presenting themselves that much. But yeah, the whole situation pisses me off. It's so stupid. These are the most uninspiring people. I'm so happy I pieced out from being engaged with this drama every single day when I did, okay? Because often I felt so guilty, but I realised my audience deserve better, okay? And if that takes me a year of buying a house, moving somewhere new, working on myself before I can give you the best content, I know that you guys have been here waiting for me, and I appreciate that more than anything. I honestly couldn't have expected it, but the fact it's happened means everything to me. I would rather do that than take the easy option and keep talking shit every day and doing these investigations on these people that are most likely intentionally making drama just to increase the circulation before they release this stupid palette. It's so dumb. I'm so bored of it, and I hope you are too at this point. It's just so uninspiring. I'm sick of these people, okay? I'm sorry, I know it's like half jokey, half not, but like it's just so dumb. So anyway, this is the part of the video where I stop bitching. I used the wrong lens on my camera. I don't even have my lighting set up. Everything is not where it's supposed to be, and I don't even care. I'm just in a ranty mood, so congratulations. For anyone wondering, I'm not posting because I am still working on purchasing a house. It's very stressful. It's an auction property, which means it's very complicated, modern auction. There's short time scales, there's a lot of requirements that have to be met, but it's a work in progress, so just leave it with me. I want to say a massive thank you for watching. I'm going to be updating you on a lot of things that have been happening that you'll find very, very juicy, all documented very soon, but not now, because I do just have to still work through things for the near future. But I want to say a massive thank you for watching, and I will see you in the very near future. I love you to pieces. I'll be on Instagram or TikTok, and I'll also still be back here very soon, but just leave it with me and bear with me. Bye.